1957.
Uh-huh.
And the introduction of the Roadster was 1957 to 1963.
Okay.
So the Goldwings were all race cars. These cars are amazing. If you drive this, again, you know, like what makes a car collectible, just like we were in the GT350, how it was able to go from the thing is just a rocket ship, and
yeah.
it's just set up perfectly and balanced. The Goldwings were all race cars, so they had this is a Reg wheel car, and that's basically a knockoff spinner. So they were a lot of them were race. So the idea is to be able to pull in the pits, knock the wheel off, change the tires, and back, you know, and back out it goes. There was 27 sets of Reg wheels left over at the end of the production of the Goldwing, and so the 27 of the first, I don't know if it's the first, but in the first production of the 1957 Roadsters, there was 27 sets of Reg wheels that made it onto the cars.
Wow.
That really make this thing special. And this is a real black car, red interior, and you look at the top, the tan top, maybe not the first pick of what you would normally pick, but it's really rare to have a color combination such as that.
How do the door handles work on these?
So you slide it like that, and
oh wow,
up she goes.
Huh.
And you look at the inside, the detail.
Wow. And were these all manuals?
Yes.
Wow.
To my knowledge.
Huh.
It has this plastic top on it because keep the dust off it when it goes in and gets transported.
The interior in these are just beautiful.
When you look at the gauges, they're magnificent on the driver's side. This car in 1957, you can get in this car and you can go 0 to 100 miles an hour, and you wouldn't think you were not in a. It has the performance and the power and pull of still a modern car today, not a high performance car today, but a modern car today. It'll keep up with the Cadillac.
Wow.
And to think when they first started making these things in the mid 50s, to think that you were able to do that, they were so far ahead of everyone when it came to being on a racetrack.
So what motor did they have different options of motors for the 300?
We'll open the hood in a second, but if you look at the dash, how the Mercedes has, and they've carried that on even into some of their later cars, especially into the 70s. The way they had the symmetrically balanced gauges, and because it is a Goldwing dash, and they've carried it on even into the Pagoda and other cars.
Wow, that's amazing. Just all the brushwork and stuff where they have it in here too is just amazing.
This car is at a level of to the highest.
Wow.
For restoration, and that's why they're preserving everything right now, because they want to be able to display it.
Yeah.
Once they're done displaying it, then this stuff's coming off and I'm driving.
Wow. It looks brand new.
So it's on a tubular chassis. The chassis is a tubular chassis, and the engine's sitting over at a 45-degree angle. So this is the top of the motor. It's sitting like this.
And it's a straight 6.
You got the intake on the top, and then the exhaust is under here.
Mm-hmm.
So the exhaust is coming out, and your intake's here. It's a straight 6, inline 6.
Wow.
Fuel injected.
And what year did they even start doing fuel injection for the Mercedes stuff? I know Chevy was, 57, I think?
Early 50s.
Yeah. Wow. And these types of restorations where they put all the stickers in the right place and stuff, I mean, it takes years to do these restorations, right? I mean,
if you were to take a car like this from scratch and restore it from scratch, you would spend about $700,000 in probably 4 years to do it.
And that's not even the cost of the car, which is another couple $100,000, right? I would assume.
A couple hundred. You would start at about $1.5 million.
Just for a banged up car.
Yeah, $1 million for a banged up car.
Wow. So what? I mean, these are less desirable than the Goldwings.
It's funny.
Or are they
because
not?
They're becoming that way. Their value, the price point on the Roadster now has surpassed the Goldwing. so these sell for more than a Goldwing, and I think it
Wow.
comes down to the because of the drivability. So what makes this car extra special is because in order to do like really popular rallies such as the Mille Miglia in Italy, you have to be able to have a 1957 or older car. So to be able to buy this car and have it and run this car in the, it's eligible for that rally, and it's comfortable. And there's a lot of guys that have big collections and go, hey, I just want to do it in a, I don't want to go in, I don't want to be covered up, I want to be comfortable, and I can do it in Roadster. This car is the only year of all the Roadsters that it's eligible, so that adds a lot of value to it.
Wow.
Early cars had drum brakes, and then when they got into I think it's 61, they started with the disc brake cars. But the disc brake cars really need to be run a lot harder so that they don't go with the disc brakes. So the drum brake cars seem to work pretty well.
And these cars kind of as is at auction or getting what types of price?
Well, I don't like to talk about money, but you could be a car just like this with a black interior on it and a black top. 57 Rudge wheel car sold for 2.7, and it was not restored like this. So I don't know.
Somewhere in there. And then you said the Gullwing cars are around similar price now.
Gullwing cars, entry level 1112 to maybe 2 million, depending upon. I mean, there's always a special car.
Right.
There's alloy body cars. They're extremely expensive. Then you get into the $7 to $9 million range.
And those were like coach kind of built cars, or
yeah, they're aluminum. They're alloy body cars. And then They also have alloy engines, alloy body engines, and the alloy body engines.
Oh, interesting.
Can be worth more money too.
Huh.
Some guys are for the collectability perform, then other guys are on driving the cars don't, because they can disintegrate real easy, and once they have, there's no bringing them back. So there's a diminished value as far as authenticity on the car if that were to happen.
Wow, it's a beautiful car.
The more you look at them, the more like, wow. And when the top's down on this thing, it's just sexy.
I bet.